Hi, I'm Becky Brune and welcome to my channel. I'm going to France to learn to speak French. And to be honest, I should already be able to speak some French. I took 3 years of it in junior high and really loved it. And I continued in high school, which is where I learned the phrase, fermez la bouche, Mademoiselle Brune. When I was 20, I went with some exchange students to Paris, and I did have some French and I did use it, but it was pretty uncomfortable and I could never understand the responses. In my 30s, I took a conversational French class at the community college, and I got Rosetta Stone for my first computer. The weird thing is, I'm kind of okay at reading French, but anytime that I'm trying to get it to go from my head through my mouth out, I run into problems. In my 40s, I traveled with a man. We went to Montreal twice and France once, and he had no French, but he always put me forward as a French speaker, I guess because he knew about my background. And I remember we were in a remote part of France, and we needed a table for two at a restaurant, and we were standing outside, and I had the sentence in my head, and I was rehearsing it over and over again before the host came out. And I got about 2 or 3 words out of my mouth, and then it felt like the earth was tilting on its axis, and they both had to reach out and grab me before I fell over. Really embarrassing. After that, I decided to get serious, and I took a year-long intensive French course. They put me into a higher level than I really deserved because I could read it and write it, but that really did not serve me. It ended up being a very painful and humiliating year. This is the only artifact that remains from those years of study, and I still can't speak French. So now I'm going to France on my own for a month to try one last time. I grew up with an older sister who was very verbal, and my mom said that I didn't talk that much, and they were maybe a little bit worried about my development. And then I just busted out in full sentences. So there is precedence. I downloaded Duolingo and a French keyboard for my iPad. I'm listening to a slow talk podcast in French that's really interesting. Netflix has French language films, and I'm doing something else that someone suggested. I'm talking to myself in French. Ah, tu es un chat joli. Je prépare le dîner. Où sont mes lunettes? So there's that. But I have a suspicion that if I had to speak French to an actual French speaker, I would probably tip over. You can check in on my progress on my channel, playlist A Becky in France. Thanks for being here. See you next time. Bye. God.